Oh, no, I absolutely love horror movies. And I really like the Shudder app because it's nothing but horror movies. So I watch them on Netflix and HBO Max and Amazon Prime, but I also love Shudder because they have some really unusual horror movies that you wouldn't see anywhere else. They're Shudder originals. This is one of those films that is so freaking gory and so hilarious. So if you don't mind gore and you don't mind some like campy gore, this movie has one of the absolute most hilarious horror movie scenes ever. I don't even know that they necessarily intended it on being funny, but it is funny. So this is a spoiler alert. Stop now if you don't want any insights into the story. So it is Dutch. It is a foreign film, and there are some subtitles when they're speaking to each other in their language, but the majority of it is in English. And it's set. The setting is this really exclusive plastic surgery, and the premise is that everybody is trying to look younger and everybody's trying to look gorgeous. They're giving free abortions at this clinic for young women so that they can harvest the stem cells from the fetus. That in itself is kind of terrifying. And they're doing rejuvenation, but it features this main character, and she's not pictured there. It's this different girl. It features this main character who is rather well endowed. She's got really, really big boobs, and everybody leading up to it, everybody keeps telling her what a gift she has, how gorgeous she is, that her body's so great, and she's kind of got this nerdy, weird boyfriend, and they're going because she wants a breast reduction. She's not happy, her back's hurting, and she's going with her mom, who is like completely vapid and vain, right? And her mom is like, I can't believe that you're wanting to do this. So she's going for a breast reduction to this really exclusive, this super, super exclusive plastic surgery clinic. And her boyfriend had gone to medical school, but he's a phobia of blood, and he passes out when he sees blood. He freaks out really bad when he sees blood. And so he really loves her. He's got his little engagement ring, and he's going to ask her to marry him, and he's just there to support her because she wants breast reduction. Well, um he's paranoid about how she's going to be taken care of, and initially he interrupts the when they're fixing to put her under sedation. And so they go and tie him up someplace. And that they're saying, I think it'll be better if you stay separate because she needs to stay calm for her surgery. Well, they hadn't put her to sleep yet. And when he busts into the surgery room, they have to clean it, which delays her surgery. And they take her mother off, meanwhile, and her mother gets surgery. So him and one of the guys that works there, who's perpetually the whole film, he's like an orderly or something, who's after the girlfriend the whole film. This guy is kind of taking him on a tour, and they stumble on this woman in panties and underwear, and she's got a face mask on, and she's making noise, and they think she's in distress. And so he takes the mask off, and it's a zombie. She's chewed her own lips off. And so then she chews through her straps and ends up biting them, and boom, zombie outbreak, right? So it literally is just them running and them trying to escape, and that's just the whole movie. It is super, super gory. There are heads split with axes and brains splatter, and I mean, just hilarious. The picture that you see here on the screen, she's just a character they walk by, and she's standing there, and she's eating her own gut, some of her own guts or somebody else's guts, I don't know. And she's got stuff like pouring out of her and everything. It's absolutely hilarious. And then her whole bottom half has been eaten off, and she's still going after him. So it's hilarious like that. The scene, which makes me absolutely adore this movie, is hilarious and is the most graphic scene I have ever, ever, ever seen in any horror movie. There's this older male character who is like an aging TV star, and he's there to go get his uh his meal portions enlarged. And so him and this cute little young thing that recognized him from TV, they got separated in running because people are just running all over the place, right? So, and they're fast zombies. So they run off and tie off the door to this kitchen area. And they're in this kitchen area, and this cute little young thing uh, pretty much seduces this older man because she's like, I don't want to die, and I'm a virgin, and I want to have sex before I die. And so, men being men, they have sex, and then afterwards he's going to rinse off. Well, they're in a kitchen, and so the water is hot, so he scalds his nether regions trying to rinse off and start screaming, and of course the zombies are starting to come, and so she's trying to be helpful, so she gets this ointment, she thinks it's ointment, and gives it to him, and he puts it on himself, and he's like, I don't know what this is, I don't, I don't get it, I don't get it. And I don't remember why she lights a match, but anyway, it's a flammable, like industrial lubricant or something. And so she sets his nether regions on fire, and you see it. It is hilarious. It's so funny. So he's screaming and flopping around and everything, and she gets a fire extinguisher and squirts him because she's trying to get him to be quiet. She's trying to help him, but she's also trying to get him to be quiet. And he's like, "Stop, stop, stop!" Well, of course, zombies just keep on coming to the door and coming to the door and coming to the door, and so they're all piled out to the door. And he's going, "Stop, stop, stop, stop!" And she freezes it. And so he's freaking out, going, "Oh my gosh!" And he just barely touches it, and the tip falls off. And so he goes, "I can't feel it anymore." And then he touches it. When he touches it, the whole tip, the whole head of it falls off, which is horrific, but it is hilarious. It's so graphic and it's so hilarious. The tip falls off, and he freaks out, and he grabs it, and he puts it in his pocket, and he goes, "I've got to find a doctor. I've got to find a doctor." So he opens up the door and lets all the zombies go out because he's going to find a doctor. So if you have not watched this film, a lot of people thought it was really stupid, and it is stupid. But I mean, you got to watch stuff for what it is. It's not an Academy Award show. I mean, it's called Yummy, but it's a really good. I love it. I've watched it twice. I think it's one of the most awesome horror movies I've ever watched. It is one of the goriest horror movies I've ever watched, but the gore is so over the top and so ridiculous that it adds to kind of like the hilarity. So I don't even know that it's supposed to be a comedy. I thought it was a comedy. I thought it was a great, great movie. It's called Yummy. It's on Shudder. If you have a chance and you haven't gotten a subscription to Shudder, I recommend it. Watch it. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Love you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and I will see you for the next one.